Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Last time we spoke about the stress in English and Arabic, and we found that there is a big difference between the two languages. The stress system of English is of time intervals. However, the stress of Arabic is of syllabic, it is syllabic time. So it is not necessarily to have every single word stressed in English. However, every single word is stressed in Arabic. Every single word is stressed in Arabic. So the situation is that our students, when learning English, they shift the stress system of Arabic into English. And they stress every single word. This comes out with a heavy accent that cannot be understood by native speakers. Last time we explained certain rules for the stress, and we found that we have almost a systematic system for the stress in English. But this system cannot apply to all words of English, mainly because these words are borrowed from other languages. So every group of words has its own system of stress. It depends on its origin. So the Anglo-Saxon words mostly have the stress in the first syllable. But this cannot apply to Latin words or English words of Latin origin or Portuguese or etc. Okay? So I tried to introduce the stress system last time by introducing the syllables and the suffixes at the end of a word and how the stress is available. Okay? Today we'll try to check your understanding and see how you understood the last lecture. But after completing the second section of this lecture, which is about the stress in Arabic. So let's see. We mentioned that the stress is prominent in words in English, I mean words in isolation. However, the sentence stress can be shifted. So I say, for example, Princess Diana. I move the stress to the beginning of the word princess, okay, in connected speech. However, in isolation, it is princess, the second syllable. The stress, we mentioned that the stress in the sentence changed the meaning. Okay? So I thought you would eat it. This means that you have eaten it. I thought you would eat it. This means that you haven't eaten it. So the meaning changed according to the position of stress here. We spoke about the stress and its connection to rhythm of English, and we found that the rhythm itself is a number of stresses. Okay? These stresses are of time intervals in English, as we mentioned, while in Arabic it is stress timed. Okay? So the stress of English is bound to time intervals, while in Arabic it is bound to stress intervals, to syllabic intervals, sorry. We don't have, as I mentioned previously, purely or neatly systematic rules for putting the stress. يعني every single word has its own system of stress. Every single group of words have their own system of stress. However, we have estimate rules, as we mentioned last time. We've seen the placement of stress for nouns, for verbs, for adjectives, etc. last time, and we found differences between them. Okay? And also we've seen the phrase stress and how it changes the meaning. For example, this sentence, the big boys written a good report. So you have 3 words stressed. This is bound to time intervals, as you see. It's very difficult for the Arab learners to pronounce this sentence, mainly because every single word in Arabic is stressed. So you find your students say the big boy has written a good report, which is not English. The big boy has written a good report. It's completely different. So the stress, as you see, is bound to, we have here 3 chunks. Every chunk is stressed, and we have syllables equal in time intervals once pronouncing the sentence. The big boy has written a good report. We have spoken about the compound nouns and found that the compound nouns are also of a certain system. The compound noun of 2 words, 2 nouns, has the stress in the first syllable, as we mentioned last time. I say typewriter, teacup, tea bag, hot dog, sandwich, sandwich. The first part is stressed. Okay? We have White House. White House. It's different from White House. The first one is the governmental building in the United States, while the second one, any White House. So White House, which one of them? The first or the second? When I say White House, the second. The first, White House, the first. Okay? So they differ in meaning. As we mentioned last time, the stress has grammatical function and also has semantic function. So the position of the stress differentiates the meaning. This is applicable in compound nouns and also in words in isolation. We spoke about the verb noun words, like, for example, report. The stress is in the first syllable, report. The second, subject, first syllable, noun, subject, object, object. You see? So we have differences between them according to their function in the language, either verbs or nouns. So in case of having a noun, then the stress is in the first syllable. In case of having a verb, the stress is in the second syllable. Even the stress can differentiate the meaning of the whole sentence if you shift it from one word to another. This is called contrastive stress. Contrastive stress. I here have 4 sentences. They are similar to each other. So we need to pronounce them and then to give their meanings. We need to translate them into Arabic. So the first sentence, I never gave you that book. The second one, I never gave you that book. The third one, I never gave you that book. The fourth one, I never gave you that book. So every single sentence has a meaning that differs from the others. I need you to translate them into Arabic after being trained or after trying to pronounce them secretly. Okay? So try to think just in 2 minutes time. I never gave you that book. I never gave you that book. Never gave you that book. I never gave you that book. So the sentences are completely different from each other semantically. Who could try to translate the first sentence? Yes.
I never gave you that book means I am not nobody else.
I am not? Maybe someone else?
No, me, I am not nobody else.
I never gave you that book. Okay?
I'm not nobody else.
This means that I did not give you the book. Maybe someone else gave you the book. Do you have this, the same translation?
No.
Is that you mean? Is that what you mean?
No.
So what do you mean?
I mean that I never gave you that book means nobody else.
No. The sentence here, I never gave you that book, this means that somebody else gave you the book. But the second sentence, I never gave you that book. Who could just translate this sentence? I never give you that book. It means I have ever never given you that book at any time whatsoever. Okay? Yes, that's good. I never gave you that book. I never gave you that book. What does this mean, Aywa?
This sometimes the emphasis is in the give, so I can give you another book, or I can.
No. Sorry.
Maybe I will give you that book, but not give you forever.
No. Sorry. Who would just give the correct translation? I never gave you that book. I might give you, I might give you the book, but seems that I forgot. I forgot whether I gave you this book or not. So I might have given you the book. This is the translation. I never give you that book. Yes?
You are not somebody else.
You, not somebody else? What does it mean?
I never give you.
Huh? This means that I never give you that book, but I gave it to someone else? Mm-hmm. Yes, that's true. Correct. Okay? I never give you that book. This means that I never gave you that book, but I might give it to someone else. Or I might have given it to someone else. Okay? So the meaning changed according to the position of stress. In the first sentence, you have the stress on the pronoun I. In the second, on never. In the third, in the verb gave. In the third, in the pronoun you. So the sentences differ in pronunciation and differ also in meaning. I never gave you that book. Sorry, I never gave you that book. 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 Okay? So this is called contrastive stress. Even we have this in Arabic as well. So we have it also in Arabic. When I say, for example, ذهبت إلى المدرسة اليوم. ذهبت إلى المدرسة اليوم. ذهبت إلى المدرسة اليوم. So, once I move the stress from one word to another, I change the meaning even in Arabic. So we have contrastive stress in Arabic as well. Okay? Wherever you put the stress, you change the meaning. As I mentioned, the Arabic stress is bound to syllables. It is syllabic timed. It's bound to syllable intervals. This means that every single word is stressed, not every single syllable. I say every single word is stressed in Arabic. But this cannot be applicable to English. Okay? The stress in Arabic is available according to the syllables. So we have the Arabic words can be either CV, يعني consonant vowel, or CVV, or CVC, or CVVC, يعني consonant vowel vowel consonant, or CVCC, consonant vowel consonant consonant. Okay? So every syllable begins with a consonant or else. A consonant is borrowed from a previous word through elision, as you see, like the definite article L. Once you pronounce it within the sentence, I say ذهبت إلى المدرسة. إلى المدرسة. I cannot say ذهبت إلى المدرسة. So إلى المدرسة. This is called elision. You are familiar with this, I think. You have taken this in the class of phonetics and phonology. Okay? So you have an example, بيت المدير. I cannot say بيت المدير. I say بيت المدير. And this is called constructed state. The stress is very simple in Arabic. In case of having a constructed state, يعني مضاف إليه, then the stress must be on the possessor, not on the possessee. So المدير is the possessor. يعني the constructed state is المدير. مش تقول المدير مضاف إليه. It is the constructed state and مضاف إليه is always stressed in Arabic. Okay? بيت المدير. So I have a high pitch on المدير. Okay, we have words of one syllable that have stress, whether it is long or short. I say bird, bird, one syllable, so it is stressed. طارة, one syllable, stressed. في, one syllable, stressed. Remember that the English words of one syllable is also stressed, are also stressed in isolation. But in connected speech, they are of weak forms. Okay? However, words of two syllables, two or three syllables, take primary stress on the first syllable. I say أنا, أنا, two syllables. أبدا, two syllables. كتب, three syllables. كتب. So the stress is on the first syllable. كتب. أبدا, the first syllable. أنا, the first syllable. Okay. Now the multi-syllable words have the stress mostly on the last syllable. If you have a word of more than 2-3 syllables, multi-syllable, then the stress is in the last syllable in Arabic. يكتبون, يكتبون, يكتبون. The last syllable is stressed. طاووس, طاووس, ووس. Okay? If the word is CVCC, or the syllable is CVCC or CVVC, then the stress is in the final syllable. When I say, for example, كتبت, كتبت, you find your voice rises quite high at the end of a word. كتبت. نعيش, يعيش. Okay? Now we have some articles in Arabic which are not stressed if followed with two consonants, like, and if they don't have secondary stress. في البيت, في البيت, البيت. هاي في عنا article في followed by two consonants, ب. Then the في article is not stressed. في البيت. في بيتنا, في بيتنا. You find that my voice is quite high in في بي, في بيتنا. Why? Because في is followed by one consonant, not two. So it is stressed. Okay? In case of having inversion of subject, once you move the subject to the beginning of the sentence, to the sentence initial position, you stress the inversion system. Okay? So inversion of subject and predicate seems to change the word on which the stress falls, but not the stress side. So الرجل في البيت, الرجل في البيت. البيت is stressed. الرجل في البيت. في البيت رجل. The stress remains at final position. Okay, either البيت or رجل. I spoke about the constructed state. The possessive sentence or the possessive phrase has the stress in the second part. I mean, the constructed state is always stressed. Okay? بيت الملك. القصر الملكي، كتاب الولد، عبد الرحمن. Okay? The second part is always a constructed state. So the constructed state is always stressed. In case of having a compound noun consisting of noun plus adjective, then the noun receives the stress. I say فستان أزرق. فستان is stressed. And this differs from a sentence like كتاب الولد, as I mentioned, because here the stress is on the possessor, not the possessee. So you have in Arabic every single word stressed in Arabic, not every single syllable. However, we don't have every single word stressed in case of English. So كتب الولد تقريرا جيدا. كتب, the first syllable. كتب الولد, و, the first syllable. تقريرا, this is the middle. جيدا, the first. كتب الولد تقريرا جيدا. This is your Arabic. Every single word is stressed. But this cannot be, or this cannot correspond to English. This is why you have your students move the Arabic system of stress into English and begin to pronounce English in a heavy accent that cannot be understood mostly by native speakers. Okay. Now we have what is called contrastive stress. I say سامي وجد منى. سامي وجد منى. سامي وجد منى. So you have the stress moves from one word to another in the three sentences, changing the meaning. So it is the same system as the contrastive stress in English. I never give you that book. I never give you that book. I never gave you that book. Okay? So it is the same system. But this is optional. It depends on the speaker. So you can stress whatever word you like, just to convey a certain meaning. Now, we'll try to make some sort of discussion for the stress system in English and see the points of interference in your pronunciation. I hope that you pronounce correctly, but we need to check your pronunciation. Okay. So, there. سلام. كذا. اوكي. انا اقول انت تسال البنات، هل انت اللي لك الحريه تسال؟ انا هجاوب. اساليها فلان فلان وفلان وفلان عشان خش روحي انت، مش مشكله. So we need to ask any one of you to pronounce these words. Just one word. The first one. Again. Enjoy. Where's the stress? The first one, enjoy. Where do you have it? In the second syllable. Next. Yes. Document. The stress is in the first syllable. Excellent. Could I have your name? Excellent. Next. Banana. Where's the stress? In the second syllable. Na. طيب. Next. This is Arabic. Afternoon. Afternoon. Where is the stress? No. Afternoon. This is the correct pronunciation. Afternoon. The stress is in the second. Yes. Volunteer. The stress is the last syllable. Yes. Next. Japanese. This is Arabic. Japanese. Is. This is the stress. The last syllable. Yes. عربي بتقولي. Unique. Employee. The last syllable. Boutique. The last syllable. Next. Antique. The last syllable. يلا. Technique. أيوة. Engineer. Career. Mountaineer. Official. Visual. Politician. Where's the stress? Here you have the stress in the second. Yes. يعني the second or the first after the suffix politician. Okay. طيب. Addition. Addition. مش addition. Addition. Next. Ancient. Where is the stress? Ancient. Ancient. Where is the stress? The first syllable. Yes. Next. Spacious. Spacious. The first syllable. Next. Organic. Where is the stress? Ga. Second. Next. Yes. Commercial. Commercial. مش commercial. We don't have gymnasium in English. Commercial. Mere. This is the stress. Next. Annual. Excellent. The first syllable. Next. Indian. The first syllable. Next. I need someone just to pronounce it correctly. Raise your voice, please. Could you pronounce it? Yes. No. Television. Television. V. Television. Next. Efficient. No, this is Arabic. delicious. Next. Next. أيوة. Fantastic. Ta. Yes. Yes. Ability. Ability. Next. Yes. No. Diameter. Diameter. Yes. Diameter. So the suffix is meta. Dia is the stress. Next. Yes. The stress in the first syllable. So it is medical. Next. No. Biography. Where's the stress? U. O. Biography. Biography. Next. Biology. Bio. Yo. Type. Next. Could not hear you. Simplify. The stress in the first syllable. Next. يلا بسرعة. Nationality. What is the stress? Nal. Yes. Thermometer. Thermometer. Next. Electrical. Next. Unify. First. Where's the stress? Co. Psychology. Next. Where's the stress? Operate. The stress in the first syllable. عربي هذه. Apologize. The stress in the first syllable. Dangerous. The first syllable. Next. Necessary. The first syllable. Next. Dominate. Next. Exaggerate. Next. Integrate. The first syllable. Next. علي صوتك. This is Arabic. Certificate. This is Arabic. Certificate. Next. Socialize. Next. It is the first syllable. Socialize. Criticize. The first. Yes. Emphasize. The first. Recognize. The first syllable. Where is it? Where's the stress? Okay. Next. Obvious. Next. Miscellaneous. C. Miscellaneous. Yes. So you see the system is completely different. Every single group of words has its own system of pronunciation. And this produces what is called interlingual and intralingual errors. For the interlingual errors, as you've seen, they are available in the weak forms of English, mainly the schwa. They are available however, in Arabic we only have 2 clusters, okay? So this makes your students fracture the clusterization system by inserting a vowel after each consonant of English, okay? As we've seen in a word like street, it is pronounced as street or street or street, okay? Wrongly. So this is called interlingual error, okay? Now, we also have seen what's called the gymnasium system, which is available in Arabic. The gymnasium system is not available in English. So we don't have words of doubling in English, like, for example, collapse. This is English, but saying collapse, this is Arabic. It's not English, okay? Command, this is Arabic. Command, correct, not correct. Comment, not comment, okay? The stress, as you see, either in isolation or in connected speech is quite difficult, okay? Because we don't have systematic system or what is called rule-based system. We've seen that the stress in Arabic is productive. It is rule-based. It's systematic. We have rules for the stress in Arabic, but we cannot give perfect rules for English stress, but we only introduce estimate rules as we did. So you have to understand these rules to correct your pronunciation and to pronounce words in connected utterance very, very correctly and perfectly after checking your suprasegmental phonemes, whether being understood or not. Try to check that through reading, and the more you read, next time we are going to see the intonation system.